realize how little you look between us?
Shut up.
I feel like you shouldn't have been on the middle.
I don't like being in the middle. I told you. I don't like it.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to our channel. I'm Taylor.
I'm Talia.
Tara.
And we are
The Three Ts.
So today we're going to be doing a how to be a positive person. These tips, I guess you could say, aren't going to be in a specific order. They're going to be more sporadic on what we think. So if you guys want to find out how to be a more better positive person, just keep on watching. Okay, so our first one is going to be, what you think of me is none of my business. So basically what that means is, do you, boo-boo.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't let other people's words affect you in any way. If you're happy with how your life is going, don't let anybody affect that. And if people are trying to bring you down, just be like, I'm doing me. Get out of the way.
Yeah, that's sort of the problem that we have nowadays. Like, if they see that you're happy, they're gonna do their best to like bring you down as much as they can, and like that's when you come in, like your own like state of mind where you're like, okay, like you're not gonna let that affect you in any way. Like that's when you have to just be happy with yourself and not care what any other people think.
It all comes down to like being secure in who you are, and like if you guys want a separate video of that, like let us know. Before to have how to be more like in tune with who you are, to not allow people to affect your life. Our second tip is going to be, make the best out of every situation. I feel like that kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah. If you're having a bad day, just kind of reflect on little things in your life. Just say, well, it may have been bad, but at least I still have this, or you know, I still have someone to go home to, or
Even if you don't, it's okay.
yeah, even if you don't, okay, just call up a friend and just vent and just be like, I just need something good to happen today.
So like one example I thought of was like, let's say you're on your way to work or to school or whatever, and you get a flat tire, and you're like, oh my god, this ruined my day, like I'm gonna be pissed at the world, like anybody that looks at me, I'm gonna just be like, why are you looking at me? You know, like you like little things like get to you and you allow it to get to you. Like you got to make the best out of every situation. So when things like that happen, you got to take the time to be like, I'm not going to allow that to steal my day. I'm not going to allow that to bring me down. And it could just be like anything, like you said hello to somebody and they didn't smile back, or you left the door open and they didn't say thank you. You know, like little stuff like that gets on my nerves too. But am I going to let that person or that thing like steal my day? No.
You gotta kill them with kindness sometimes. Just be like, you know, even if they say things, you be like, you're welcome.
Yeah, like they hate that. They hate when
Yeah.
they're so rude to you, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't care. Like,
Be
they hate
like,
it.
you're ugly. Be like, oh, but you're so pretty. I love your shirt. You look beautiful today. You know, just be nice.
That just kind of goes in with number one too. Like whatever.
Yeah.
Another thing about that is, like, if someone like makes you mad at school, like they say something and it like brings your day down, and you're like, now like when someone tries to talk to you, you snap on them, or like you don't feel like doing your work now because someone like brought down your day. Like that's pointless, because you're messing yourself up because of what someone else did to you. Like there's no point in that, because you're just hurting yourself more than whatever that person wanted to do to you. Like that's when you just, again, like you just gotta stand for yourself. Like just build yourself up and like just go about your day. Just be like, that's not gonna bring me down because I'm better than that. Like, you know, just be cool about it.
So our third tip is going to be, speak life into existence. So some of the examples we have are like, wake up with happy thoughts and good clean music. I don't think a lot of people take music into consideration as being a positive person, but it really does have an effect on you. If you're listening to straight up like rock or like trap music and all you hear is like gang 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 gang, like
Okay.
it kind of puts in like bad thoughts in your head. Like I used to listen to like hardcore trap like back in the day, and especially when I was driving, and it used to give me like such bad anxiety while I was driving. Like I feel like it made me a really bad driver. So I feel like music really does make an impact on your life. And what I meant was like waking up with happy thoughts. It's like not complaining about anything, or not like waking up and being like, you know what, today's gonna be a good day. No matter what happens, no matter what's thrown in my way, it's gonna be a good day because it's what I make out of it.
You can't just be thinking of negative thoughts, because it's just gonna bring you down. as she was saying, you know, whatever you have around you is what's gonna affect you. And you just have to be like, I'm gonna, you know, make a little goal today. Set a little goal for yourself that, you know, will make you feel proud of yourself.
Basically, just stick yourself around positive people, because if you're hanging around with negative people, it's gonna change your state of mind and make you towards where you just don't really want to do anything, or like it changes the way you see certain things. And like putting yourself around positive people is going to boost your like mentality level. It's gonna make you want to do more things, be more proactive, you know, things like that.
So our last tip, I guess you could say, kind of goes with what Tara just said, and that would be to change your thought process. So you don't want to like wake up and the first thing you do is complain, or when you see somebody on the street and you don't like how they did their makeup and you're just like, why is she looking like that? Like that, you know, those are the first things that pop in your head. So in order for you to like be proactive in these other steps is to kind of change your thought process. So I would say this would be like our number one tip, because you want to start off with yourself. Like you can't put stuff out into the universe if you don't start with yourself. Like it's always about self-care first. So I would say like changing your thought process would be like a huge priority in becoming a better, positive person.
Yeah, pretty much like she said, because you know, you put out what you want put back in. So it really does help to be kind to yourself, because it really helps you be kind to other people. And that's why we are making this video, because it's about being positive and making your mind a cleaner and happier place, because our happiness is important in order to get through life and try to be happier.
And be happy for other people.
Yeah. And that's another thing is, you know, not envying people. It's really, really hard to not envy others, because, you know, take myself for instance, like I can look at my sister and be like, man, she has her own house and she's married and all this good stuff. But again, I need to look at myself and be like, my daughter is healthy, you know, we're a happy little family, we have a place to live. So you can't just be always comparing yourself, because that brings you down like this.
There's always somebody in life that is always going to be like better than you, or doing something or looking better than you,
but in the end there's another person that's looking at you and saying, you know, I wish I had something that they have because I don't have it. So you always have to think that, you know, there's people that do maybe have it better than you, but there's plenty of people out there that have it worse than you. And sometimes you have to think of that to kind of understand, like, I need to be grateful for, you know, what I have. And, you know, but if you do want something else that somebody has, just work for it. And when you get it, you're proud of that, you know, and you say, I worked hard for this. So yeah, it's important to get your mind in a happy place so you're able to find that positivity.
And you're not always looking towards the next person and being like, why me? Like, why can't I have that? Or why can't I be like this? Because it starts with you. So like she said, you know, we're talking about this and like trying to bring a more positive light. And if you guys haven't seen Talia's last video that she kind of dedicated to our grandfather who passed last year, make sure you guys check that out, because she also talks about how she put like a positive spin on it. And you're like, you know, you lose somebody and it's so detrimental, and it's like, how do you put a spin on that? How can I make that a positive situation? But that's kind of like what we're talking about. So if you haven't checked out her last video, make sure you guys check that out. And it kind of just ties in with what we're talking about here.
What I want to say about that is just think of it like, my favorite saying is everything happens for a reason. So like something bad could happen to you, and like in the end, like you realize something about it, and that's one thing, because like you tend to learn from it. Like whatever happens to you, you see like the good in it, or like what you can get from it. Like basically you learn from your mistakes.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you leave this video.
If you like it, like it. If you don't like it, like it.
And comment down below what you would like to see next.
And we'll see you guys in the next one.